Hello guys and welcome to the Apprentice Season 18 ranking. And I gotta say, I've been wanting to do this since I started the show, and I gotta say, we had some good candidates this series, but equally some absolutely horrific ones at the same time. So without much further ado, let's get into the video. But before we do, I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support on the channel. You guys are doing absolutely fantastic work. We are on our way to 900, which once we reach 900, these kind of intros won't make sense, but it will be a good stand to see how time has changed, etc, etc. I'm waffling. Let's get on with the video. So, as you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, we have got some categories. We have got, starting from the bottom, catastrophic failure, just a bit naff, you're trying your luck, I'll give you a chance, and hire immediately. Now, the hire immediately, there's going to be a few people in there. I decided not to have an iconic rank like I do for my traitors one, because I don't think anyone on this series was iconic per se, but there definitely were some people that I would trust to put in charge of a business. Let's just put it that way. So without much further ado, we're going to start with the very first person that was eliminated, Ryan. I'm just going to put him in just a bit naff. I don't think he was the reason why that first challenge failed. I really don't. I think he was put into the boardroom because he didn't really do much, and that was why he got sent home. So, like, I don't think he was bad per se. I just think he was just a bit naff, I guess. There really wasn't anything else to say about it other than, yeah, just a bit rough. So up next we had Paul B. Now, Paul B was in the cheesecake one, the cheesecake challenge, and that's when he got sent home. Baking and stuff like that, he is a pie maker. Should have been second nature, should have had some kind of idea of how to make this kind of business work. Yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't amazing. But also, I don't think he was, again, the main reason, the sole reason why that challenge failed. It just so happened that he was unfortunate enough to be the one that got eliminated or fired. Yeah, I don't really remember much from him other than that, but like, that's one episode. It's enough. Do you know what I mean? Up next we have, God, I don't even remember his name. What was his name? He was just absolutely horrendous. From the iconic, we won, didn't we? No, that's not how numbers work. I can't remember his name. Oh no, I want to say, I can't remember, but it was still a very interesting time with him on the show. Yeah, I think he should have gone episode 1. I think he should have gone episode 2. And then the fact that he finally went episode 3 was like, right, yeah, you've tried your luck, but you're a catastrophic failure. That is all I can say on the matter, because this guy was absolutely horrendous. I remember him being a doctor or a surgeon or something like that. That's about all I remember about him, because he was just absolutely horrific. Then we come on to Amira. Amira, I'll put her in your trying your luck. I think Amira had some good moments, very brief moments, and then it was just the task where they went to, was it Guernsey or something like that? Jersey? Oh, it was Jersey. They went to Jersey, and she was just slow. She just had no plan for her team, and it was just a bit chaotic and all over the place. Do I think that's a sort of good representation of how she is as a businesswoman? No, probably not. I think that task is always just about getting the best deals and things like that. It's not necessarily about starting a business, things like that, building a business from the ground up. So I'm putting her in your trying your luck, because I think she had good moments, but she did let the team down in that one task, and it did just cause some issues and didn't really, yeah, it just was a bit messy at times, I gotta say. As for Jack, I really don't think Jack should have gone in that challenge. I thought Jack was actually quite good. I'm putting him in I'll give you a chance, purely because I really do think that he was better than what Lord Sugar was making him out to be. Yeah, it was tough because I think in that challenge, if there was going to be a double firing, it should have been Onyeka and Amira, or Phil and Amira, because that team was the team that let the side down. Jack and his team did everything absolutely 100% correctly. So I don't really understand why he was penalised for that. So I'm putting him in I'll give you a chance purely because I think I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of him, because in the other challenges he seemed to do quite well. He seemed to like thrive, but it was just other people in his team letting him down, it seemed like. Then we move on to Onyeka. Onyeka was just a bit naff. I think she had a good first week, an okay second week, and then like third and fourth week it was just like nah, and then fifth week was just like absolute poo. It was horrendous. She was not great. The fifth challenge was, oh god, what was the fifth challenge? After oh, I can't remember, but I just don't remember her doing particularly well in the challenge. I think it was a case of she just mucked up with the... So Onyeka was fired on the car episode. I remember, I'm remembering it now. Yeah, her pitch was dreadful. She was awful at pitching. Oh my god, she just had like a mental crumble while she was delivering her product. Oh my god, I remember that. Yeah, that was a crazy time. That was a crazy time. That was so long ago. I really did watch this series in two parts, because I watched the first 4 episodes weekly, and then like I watched the last 8 literally within like 2-3 weeks. Damn, that's crazy. So yeah, I would put Onyeka in just a bit naff. I didn't see anything really from her that I was like wowed by. But I'm going to put Sam in I'll Give You a Chance, because I thought Sam was going to make it a lot further in this series, and I still don't really understand why she went home in the cereal challenge. Let's be honest, the faults in that challenge really lay with people who made it a lot further in the competition, and it was frustrating to see her thrown under the bus for it, because I think she made some sound decisions. I just think other people fucked up, and it was like, well, you put them in charge, so it's all your fault. It's like, what? Huh? I put them in charge because I thought they were going to do well, not because I thought they were going to be shit. Otherwise I wouldn't have done that. That's just how I feel about it, because like, she was genuinely a very, very good competitor. She had good ideas, and they really gave her the, oh, it's a kid's cereal, and she has kids, but she's bad at this challenge edit. That was kind of how it felt, really, because the other team just got kind of lucky with their sales, whereas, I don't know, it's unfortunate, because like I said, I really do feel like the problems lay with Phil. Personally, I thought Phil really mucked up on this challenge, and Mora as well, with the whole like design and idea in the first place. So Sam, I'm putting you in I'll Give You a Chance, because I did like you. Verity, Mr. You're trying your luck. This man, the only reason why I'm not putting him in just a bit naff is because I love his energy. I love his enthusiasm, his passion, and at the start, I really thought he was going home episode 1 or 2. He lasted till episode 7, and what finally sent him home was the Budapest tourism challenge, which wasn't all his fault. It wasn't all his fault. It was a collective mix of him and Onyeka. Not Onyeka, Felicia. Yeah, Verdi. Not 100% impressed, but also your commitment to everything was 100%, and I did enjoy you making naff videos for people, because that was quite funny. Yeah, it was so funny when Lord Sugar would be like, oh look, it's Verdi Scorsese again, and I'd be like, oh for fuck's sake, not this again. But yeah, on the whole, I thought Verdi did a decent job in some of the challenges. Some of the challenges he was absolutely horrendous in, but I'm putting him in You're Trying Your Luck because I could tell that Lord Sugar really liked him, and it was just when he fucked up too many times that Lord Sugar was like, bang, you're out. The fact that he lost all 7 challenges, he did not win once. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. 7 challenges. We're putting Nor right down the bottom. I'm sorry. This woman, peace and love to her, one of the worst candidates I've seen on the show. And I've only watched 1 season, granted. But the fact that she made it to episode 8. Let me just let that sink in. Episode 8. We had already lost pretty much half the cast at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, she was the halfway mark. How are you telling me that this woman, this lovely, lovely woman, she seems lovely, made it that far? Oh, God. And her last challenge was an absolute catastrophic failure. Like, it actually couldn't have been worse. It genuinely couldn't have gone worse for her. The advertising was awful. The video was awful. Her pitch, she didn't even want to take part in. She sent other people out to pitch her product instead of her. And then when Lord Sugar was like, yo, your advert is rubbish. Rubbish. She went, no, I like it. I think it's good. Excuse me? Excuse me? Bit delulu. Mora, I'm putting her at the top of You're Trying Your Luck. Because I actually thought Mora was a decent businesswoman. I thought she was decent in areas. I thought there were good moments, like when she did the Budapest tourism. She mucked up the tour, but obviously tour guide is not her kind of thing. But she won that challenge, and it was because of her that they won the challenge, I think. As for like other challenges, she's had good moments, but what really let her down was her final episode, which was the advertising one. I just don't think she's a very good person to put in front of people in the nicest way possible. She's just got a lot of energy, and like I found her hilarious, and I feel like we'd really get on. Like it would be like a house on fire. Hilarious. But for some people, and especially Lord Sugar, he doesn't want a boisterous person like that. And I just think that really worked against her. Her high energy, like when she was shouting, and I was like, oh, it is funny, but also I can understand why they have an issue with this, because it does kind of make sense. So I can understand the issue, but either way, she's an absolute gem, and I'm putting her in You're Trying Your Luck because she did have good moments, but she did make a couple of mistakes along the way. As for Raj could sell ice to an Eskimo. This woman is fantastic at selling. She's very, very personable. She works really well. And then she got put in front of a camera on QVC or whatever it was. Crumbled immediately. Just wasn't natural, wasn't flowing. But if you put her out on the streets and you ask her to talk to people like that, she will absolutely smash it. And I think that's more of a testament to her character than trying to sell something on QVC. Do you know what I mean? So I think that she did a really, really good job. Like she said in her last episode, I've never lost a challenge, and I've never been the reason why a challenge was failing. I completely agree with her. And I think in her last episode, she was one of the key factors as to why the challenge failed for that team. But still, I can't not put her in that category because I didn't think she was a bad candidate. Felicia, again, I think she's a very, very, very good person, especially when it comes to advertising. Her last episode, the reason why she failed was because she was on her own. And that's the exact reason I would give, personally. I think she was good. I think she had good moments. I think there were a lot of challenges where she tried her best and she came out with very, very good moments. Like when she managed to get a deal of like 200,000 cereal boxes to one of the large consumers. 200,000! An order of 200,000! And it was an exclusive deal. That is absolutely crazy. And I'm really impressed with her. So I can't put her any lower than this. I think Raj is slightly better because she's got that selling edge more than Felicia. Oh my god, those two names. Really getting them mixed up at the moment. But yeah, I really liked her. I thought she was absolutely fantastic. And yeah, really liked her. Next, we have Steve. Steve, I'm going to put him below Raj because I think Raj is slightly better at leading than Steve. Steve's downfall was when he had to take over a team and it just felt like everyone was speaking over him and he wasn't able to get his point across. But I still think he did well. I still think he had good moments. I haven't really got much else to say on Steve. I really liked him and I was kind of gutted that he went at top 5. Trey, hire immediately. This man, I'd want to go into business with him. He has such a charm, such an eloquence, and such a determination to do well. I think he lost the 2 first challenges because he was with the boys. Then I don't think he lost a challenge again until a lot later in the competition. And even then, he was never ever the reason why the challenge was failing. He was always the reason why the challenge was saved from being a total catastrophe. And I stand by that statement. He was absolutely fantastic. And I will stand by that. Flo, I'm going to put her below Trey. But she's a fantastic businesswoman. This woman is made for business. It sucks that she had a business idea that Lord Sugar wasn't interested in, because I think she would have made the perfect partner. She is so good. Like, so good. And it showed in every single one of her challenges. I don't think there was a single time when I was like, oh, she's the reason why they lost. She's the reason why they lost. Even during the teleshopping challenge, I don't think that she was the reason they lost. Just because she was dropping the prices, they weren't doing a good enough job of selling it on screen personally. And they were dropping the prices to try and get some money in. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think I can penalise her for that. But yeah, I feel like Flo deserves that space. Paul, again, another fantastic business person. It was not a shock that these 3 made it to the final. Or to the semi-finals at least. These 3 were great from day one. Genuinely great from day one. And I don't think I can fault Paul because he had so many amazing moments throughout the course of this thing. When he was even when his challenges were failing, he was never the reason why it failed. I don't think he ever came into the boardroom, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't think he ever entered the boardroom as someone that was gonna be fired or could be fired. In fact, one time he was so good on that team that he was sent away before they'd even decided who was being brought back into the boardroom. That's how good he was. So yeah, I got to give him his props. Phil, I'll put him at the top if I'll give you a chance. Just because this man, through riggery, managed to survive until the final. And I understand why he made it to the final, because out of everyone's business propositions that I heard, he had the best one. He just fumbled the bag at the last minute, and it really frustrated me, because I did find myself kind of rooting for Phil at the end. I get mixed up between Phil and Paul. It's so annoying. Anyway, yeah, Phil, he's a decent businessman. I think he's good in his element, and then when he's outside of his element, he's like a deer in headlights. It's not great. But he did do well, and he made it to the final, and no matter how many second chances he got off of Lord Sugar, he was never going to go, because Lord Sugar was interested in his business proposition. So yeah, I've got to put him there. And then Rachel, I'm going to put Rachel here. I think Rachel is a very, very good businesswoman, and as much as she did win the show, I think there are definitely flaws in her business plan, and I think it just came down to who Lord Sugar liked more, in the sense of what business would he want to invest in. It's not a true you won, it's just he picked you kind of thing. It's the same as with Drag Race. It's did they really win, or did RuPaul and the production team just pick you to win? Do you know what I mean? It's frustrating because the people who have performed the best throughout the competition aren't always the ones that win. And that is frustrating. But Rachel, I got to put you in higher immediately, because you are a fantastic businesswoman. You've got great ideas. You've got a great business head on you. And you are just fantastic in most areas of business. So that brings us to the end of the ranking for the Apprentice Season 18. This is probably the last Apprentice video I will do until the next series comes out. So thank you guys very, very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next episode of whatever I do. Make sure to subscribe. We are heading on to 900. But until then, thank you very much. See you later. Keep on ranting. Bye now.